Okay, let's head straight out.
Inside the blockbuster striker swap deal shaking the Premier League as Liverpool and Newcastle United strike a stunning agreement involving Darwin Núñez and Alexander Isak. In what could be one of the most jaw-dropping moves of the upcoming transfer window, Liverpool and Newcastle United have reportedly agreed on a swap deal involving two of the most talented and polarizing forwards in the Premier League, Darwin Núñez and Alexander Isak. The deal, still pending official confirmation, is believed to be a straight exchange with minor financial add-ons, reflecting a rare moment of strategic alignment between two clubs with vastly different ambitions but overlapping tactical needs. If finalized, this move could reshape both clubs heading into the 2025-26 season. For Liverpool, it's a signal of the Slot era's tactical reshuffle. For Newcastle, it's a bet on raw potential over polish. Let's break down what this deal means, how it came to be, and what the implications are for each club. Darwin Núñez's Liverpool journey has been a turbulent roller coaster. Since his £85 million move from Benfica in 2022, Núñez has dazzled and frustrated in equal measure. With blazing pace, physical presence, and relentless energy, the Uruguayan has the tools of a world-class striker. Yet, his finishing inconsistency and questionable decision-making have often held him back. In his 3 seasons at Anfield, Núñez has contributed a respectable number of goals and assists but has never quite convinced the Kop that he is the long-term heir to the number 9 throne. Under Jurgen Klopp, and now under Arne Slot, Darwin remained a tactical puzzle, capable of brilliance but lacking the refinement to consistently deliver. At 25, he still has time to evolve. But Liverpool appear ready to move on. On the other side of the deal is Alexander Isak, a player who has grown into one of the most elegant and clinical strikers in the Premier League. Signed by Newcastle for £63 million from Real Sociedad in 2022, the Swedish international has blossomed under Eddie Howe's guidance. Isak offers a combination of technical finesse, spatial awareness, and goal-scoring efficiency that is rare. With 22 goals in all competitions this season, he has been Newcastle's standout attacking asset despite the club's struggles. His ability to drop deep, link play, and finish chances with either foot makes him a dream striker in a possession-based system, precisely what Arne Slot is aiming to build at Liverpool. At 25, like Núñez, Isak is entering his prime. But Newcastle may be cashing in now to reset their attacking dynamics and comply with financial fair play pressures. The roots of this potential deal go back months. Liverpool's interest in Alexander Isak isn't new, they've tracked the Swede since his Real Sociedad days. However, Newcastle's refusal to sell had always been a roadblock. But the landscape changed in 2025. Newcastle's early Champions League exit, mounting injury concerns, and the need to balance the books due to Premier League financial regulations put them in a corner. Meanwhile, Liverpool's new manager Arne Slot, preparing for his first full season at Anfield, made it clear to the board that he wanted a forward who could fit his fluid, positional play system. Talks between the clubs began quietly in March and accelerated after it became clear that Núñez was not fully in Slot's plans. Rather than seek a pure cash deal, Liverpool floated the idea of a direct swap, Darwin for Isak, and Newcastle, surprisingly, listened. With Eddie Howe reportedly a fan of Núñez's pressing intensity and off-ball movement, and with Newcastle needing to refresh their forward line, the proposal gained traction. Sources now suggest both clubs have agreed in principle, with only personal terms and final medicals pending. Liverpool are entering a new era. With Jurgen Klopp's departure and Arne Slot's arrival, the club is expected to transition into a more structured, controlled possession system, a shift away from the high-octane chaos of Klopp's gegenpressing days. Link-up play, Isak is excellent with his back to goal and thrives in tight spaces, making him ideal for combinations with players like Salah, Diaz, and Szoboszlai. Finishing, his calmness in front of goal contrasts Darwin's more erratic style. Isak's XG overperformance is a testament to his clinical edge. Movement, Isak's off-ball movement and ability to operate in the half spaces align with Slot's vertical passing game. With Salah recently signing a new contract and Arne Slot prioritizing a central forward who can enable the rest of the attack, Isak could become the fulcrum of Liverpool's next great front three. Moreover, this deal allows Liverpool to make a high-profile change without a major cash outlay, freeing up funds for midfield or defensive reinforcements. At first glance, swapping Isak for Núñez may seem like a downgrade. But Newcastle are betting on several things: potential upside, Núñez's raw tools, speed, strength, and relentlessness, remain highly valuable. If he can be polished, especially under a coach like Eddie Howe, he could become a dominant force. A player swap, especially with Núñez valued lower on the books due to amortization, allows Newcastle to balance their finances without losing squad depth. Tactical shift, with players like Gordon, Almiron, and Barnes around, Newcastle may look to form a more direct, counter-attacking style that suits Darwin better than Isak's intricate play. It's a gamble, no doubt, but one that aligns with Newcastle's need to reset without selling assets like Bruno Guimaraes or Sven Botman. Unsurprisingly, the deal has sparked a wave of emotional responses from both fan bases. Many Liverpool fans are thrilled at the prospect of landing Isak, a player who looks tailor-made for their evolving system, but some are concerned about Darwin's departure, especially given his work rate and unrelenting spirit, qualities that made him a cult favorite. Still, there's growing optimism that the swap is a smart footballing move. Isak is the striker we need. Calm, intelligent, efficient. Love Darwin, but this is a step forward. At Anfield roar. Núñez will be a star someday, just wish it was with us. But Isak is levels above tactically. At YNWA lad. For Newcastle, the reaction is more divided. Isak was seen as the crown jewel, losing him feels like a step backward to many. But there's also recognition of the financial and tactical considerations. Losing Isak hurts. But if we can turn Darwin into a machine, it might just work. At Toon Faithful. This better not be Ashley era thinking again. Isak is irreplaceable. At NUFC Mag. The proposed Darwin Núñez, Alexander Isak swap isn't just a transfer, it's a statement. For Liverpool, it signals a bold move into a more refined tactical approach under Arne Slot. For Newcastle, it's a pragmatic decision balancing financial constraints with long-term potential. Both clubs are taking risks. Isak could thrive at Anfield and elevate Liverpool's attack to new levels. Núñez might find consistency and freedom at St. James Park to become the elite forward he's always threatened to be. It's rare to see a direct swap of this magnitude in the Premier League. But if both players settle well, this deal might go down as a win-win for two clubs chasing very different dreams.